We are not taking this situation very seriously. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, we've been lucky. We hadn't been good. We've been lucky. And all they have to do is get it right one time.
Charlie?
If we can get that mosque over here that you're trying to build, then we'll get them all over here, and we won't have to go over there and fight.
That's one way of looking at it.
You know, that's that bait and switch kind of.
Good portion.
Well, I think a lot of us resent the fact that our space program has just been put on a standstill, and our country is being disarmed.
Yeah, and you know, one of the things about your nuclear arsenal is a deterrent. I mean, that is what helped us, you know, bring forth the economic collapse of the Soviet Union. That's right, it's the big stick. It's the thing that you can threaten someone by. And understand this, you know, it goes back to, you know, one of the rules we had back, you know, in the inner city of Atlanta, Georgia growing up. Just because you get rid of your toys, and the other guy doesn't get rid of his toys, doesn't make a bit of difference. See, so, I mean, we're trying to, you know, play by a certain set of rules in Western civilization. And what I tell people, the world is becoming a forest full of wolves, and America is being led by sheep. And they must understand that, because right now, like I say, it's such a threatening time, it's such a threatening situation. And your economy is part of your national power and your national security. So that's one thing that I do agree with Secretary of State Hillary Clinton on.
You state your name, sir?
Nevin Gussner. Always good to see you speak, Lieutenant Colonel. As always, I always learn something new.
I have to try to, you know, change up.
Any questions, sir?
Yes, I had a question. It's a very important question, and I hope the gentleman from the Florida Democratic Party takes note of this. President Obama had noted in his election campaign that he would renegotiate NAFTA, bring our industrial jobs, our strategic industrial infrastructure back into the United States, which is very crucial, as you pointed out, in warfighting. He has broken that promise, of course, with the Buy America, which he did not support early in his administration, and he also gave money to, stimulus money to General Motors, which moved a lot of jobs, I forget the exact number, several thousand to Mexico, south of the border. And with our industrial base...
Sir, would you get to your question, please?
Yes.
Production and manufacturing in the United States of America.
What would you do to
promote production and manufacturing in the United States of America? I'll tell you, one of the things that a lot of people didn't pay attention to when we had that 6-month, quote-unquote, moratorium on the drilling in Louisiana, at the same time, the United States of America sent $2 billion of taxpayer funds to Brazil for offshore drilling. And if you follow the money, it went back to George Soros owning, you know, investment in those companies. So, you know something, if we are going to not be like Rome, what I talked about, we have got to produce, we've got to manufacture. We've got to have a 21st century Manhattan Project for the full spectrum development of our energy resources. You know, when I look out, I mean, the great thing about America is the innovation and the ingenuity that comes from the American people. I mean, that's what made us great in 234 years. But we're squashing that. I mean, when you look at small businesses, we're squashing the small businesses. When you look at our corporations and businesses that have a tax rate of 33 to 35%, well, guess what? You're forcing them to go overseas, and then you want to find them. Well, then cut that, you know, business and corporate tax rate so then they can hire Americans. Because the last thing I want to see is what's happening right now, where we have a trade surplus that is developed with China to the point where, and everyone will tell you, they're not spending that money on the bettering the lifestyle and the living conditions of the Chinese. They're spending it on having the world's largest blue water navy in about 8 years. Now, I'm going to say something that, you know, really guts me as an old Army dog, old soldier. But the way that you extend a nation's power and project this influence is not through an army. It's through the sea. And we are setting ourselves up so that China, who is going to have this big navy, China, who is controlling the Panama Canal, China, who is all in the Caribbean, in Costa Rica, in the Bahamas, China, who is, you know, just right off the coast here dealing with Cuba to get oil exploration rights. That is why I'm saying there's so many pressing issues that are facing the American people right now. You've got to have people that understand these issues and have some type of viable plan. But the most important thing, we got to invest in America. We got to return back to American ingenuity. We cannot enslave and create victims and dependents anymore. We must empower and unleash that entrepreneurial spirit that made us great.
One last question, Gwen.
I work for a major corporation within the United States. As a matter of fact, it's a worldwide corporation. One of the things I deal with there daily is illegal immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many things that we have in the United States that is blocking us from that. One of the things is I believe in freedom of religion. But we had criminals come in with burqas on, didn't want to show their face. Literally, it became an issue. Person, when they went in to identify them, was actually a criminal under the burqa. But there are so many laws to protect the illegal people in the United States that they are hiring illegal immigrants to work within our own county systems.
Well, that's why E-Verify, that system, must be a mandatory thing. It must not be voluntary. And we must make sure that we are finding anyone across the board. Right now, we're picking and choosing, what have you. But once again, and I'll close on this, the most important thing is that we must return to believing that America and American people are exceptional. Now, our doors are open. But when you come into, like if you go play, a football game in the swamp, it's the rules of the Gators, okay? We've got rules here in our Constitution, and we need you to respect that law. And if not, I'm just telling you, Katie barred a door. It's over for the United States of America.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.